Hey, this is Brice here, Phoenix, Arizona. Just finished this bootcamp just now, actually, and I wanted to talk about like a few things that happened during this weekend, which was really cool. I think client just love like the real liveness of the program, and it's been fun. It's been so fun. We pulled with Jeff and for champagne party. But everything starts with the baseline of like most people, most guys, is going to club with a sad face and struggle to get like anybody like to join in anything they invite to. I think it's really the frame and the mindset that's trying like to teach to them, having a little bit more like fun, a little bit more like genuine smile, which for some client student is extremely difficult because they never really thought about that. They never really got that feedback, which is great value in my opinion, going on those programs, getting the feedback from a coach. Maybe sometimes perhaps taking a picture showing them like what we tell them. So I keep telling the same thing to them every single weekend. Square up, get closer, and eye contact, all that things. To me, like the biggest things is like squaring up and getting closer, because you can't really get any physical escalation if you don't have that. And they struggle with this because they always think they are closer for some reason. And including myself, I think it's something that we all have. We always think we are cooler, we are better, we look cooler, whatever we say was really funny. And then you go on a boot camp and you get this harsh feedback, because I'm pretty harsh when I give feedback to the client, because I don't want them to get the impression that they were really cooler than they think. And why is that? Well, because you want result. If you want to get like gangster result, you're gonna have like to do gangster shit. And I was always like that, like thinking I was better until I start recording myself. Until even right now, I'm doing YouTube and I'm highly aware of my skill set as a YouTuber, which sucks, by the way. I think it's terrible, but I'm also a hustler, and I know I'm doing a lot of like progress a lot faster than most people, and that's really what pay off. So in terms of like fun in the club, look, there's only like certain type of joke that you resonate with. Mine like turn into very like bizarre, very like creepy story that I mentioned. I opened this girl like last night, actually, a very cute Asian, and she's with some friend at the bar. So my opening, whatever, it was not great. I'm kind of like above like some kind of like wall, and I'm barely talking to her. I can't even be physical with her, but whatever, just self-amused. It's early, and I start like telling her that I'm like her dad like age, and you just like mention that, oh, what would you think if let's say you had sex with your dad? And she's like, oh, no, and it's funny because the more I talk to her, the more I got into my story, the more she got into. But I'm like, no, just hypothetically, like just imagine. And the more detail I was giving her, the more she was getting turned on. And it was just like crazy how much like I got her into my own fun, which is very bizarre now. And I think that's really that harsh honesty that is lacking. Guys always go with this like persona, this character that they're trying to make, which is terrible because we see it over the bootcamp, over the night. They're all tired at 1 a.m. I was telling them like last night, you guys look like they're going down the rain, and I'm going up. The more I'm doing approach, the more I'm getting excited, the more I'm laughing, the more girls are receptive, the more I'm physical. It's just amazing. Like the trend is completely different. But why is that? Ask yourself. I ask myself. I ask them, and I see it. So the real truth is like if you trying to be a different character, you're trying to play some kind of role, like how you doing, like all these things, this bullshit. You're not yourself. Like the best dating advice, be yourself. But in reality, it's true. Like if you start going up and just like expressing someone that you're not, laughing at the joke that you don't like, starting really reacting to the environment more that you providing or you giving to the environment, that start getting like very tiring. And we see that like they get tired and tired because they're thinking so much in their head before approaching. How do I look cool? Can I approach right now? Where me, I don't even think about that. The more I get rejected, the more I enjoy myself. The more crazy the story's gonna get, the more fun I'm engaging. And yeah, last night, like 2 a.m., I was just like finishing up, like really giving feedback to my last client that is still here at 2 a.m. Every weekend, like I tell those guys, I'm gonna hustle more than you, and I'm gonna pull a pretty girl. That's just it's just necessity. It's gonna arrive, and they always like, yeah, whatever. But it's happening again and again and again. It's just always the same way because I'm just working more than them. When they're quitting, I'm still out there looking, opening, and it took me 3 sets last night. Open with like the great opening. Is pizza good? Honestly, is it not the lamest opening you can do at 2 a.m. in front of a pizza? Is pizza good? And I'm sure some guys gonna steal that line and they're gonna be, oh wow, this is great, Brice. I open with is pizza good, and it works. Of course it works. If I'm depending on the girl's reaction last night, I'm going to have a horrible night. I'm going to be feeling like shit. So ultimately you realize you can never control it. What you can control is your own action and pumping yourself up. At 2 a.m. with the last student in the street, it's very easy to go drain and spiral down. But I refuse to do that, so I'm just pumping myself up and just like laugh at myself with like this stupid opening. I'm trying to like make the girl laughing, but more like make you laugh, okay? How do I deal with rejection? Most of the time, I'm just making things more awkward than they are and laugh at it. Bottom line, pulled this weekend, got a great weekend. We're gonna be in New Orleans soon for Mardi Gras. Very special shout out to all the girls from the south who are gonna be there. And yeah, check out the schedule. I'm gonna take my plane in San Diego. I don't know, probably gonna go out, maybe a little hour or two, and we'll see what happens. Anyway, it was nice to talking to you, and I'll see you next time. Peace.